Sometimes people aren't looking to spend $1,000 or even $500 for a phone, especially in these coronavirus times where money is short and people don't have jobs. The Samsung Galaxy A51 represents a good choice for a person who wants to upgrade from an older phone with the newer features and the newest software for a pretty low price. I'm Auxiliary Jax, and today I'm going to have my review on the Samsung Galaxy A51. Let's get right into it. Full disclosure, I have bought the Samsung Galaxy A51 off Amazon with my own money, and I've reviewed it for about approaching a month now. So what is the Samsung Galaxy A51? It is a mid-range phone from Samsung that you can get on Amazon for around $280 as of me recording this video. Getting to the design, it has a 6.4-inch AMOLED screen with an Infinity O display, and it's called the Infinity O because it has a hole punch camera right at the top. Moving to the sides, we have our power button and also our volume rockers. And on the back is where we see a big design feature here. We got 4 camera setup and also this prism black colorway. I think this prism black colorway looks really good. I like how it reflects in certain lights, and it takes away from the fact that the phone is plastic, and I think it's a really good design choice by Samsung here. On the bottom, we got our single firing mono speaker, headphone jack, and also a USB-C cable which supports 15-watt fast charging. Up on the top, we have our dual SIM and also a micro SD card slot. There's no IP68 water resistant here, nor is there wireless charging. Personally, I don't really care too much about wireless charging, and it's not really a feature that phones have at this price. Now, first things first, this is the phone, so how does it take calls? People who I've talked to said that I sound clearly when I was speaking through it. I get good data here, even though this is the international version as well. The only thing I might say about maybe call or texting is that the vibration, it sounds a bit tingy kind of. It's a bit weaker than your flagship phone from what I've noticed. Now let's get into the display. So this phone has a 1080p by 2400 pixel display. It's super AMOLED, of course, and I think it really looks good here. Playing games, watching movies, browsing the web, everything looks pretty solid. And I've used a few flagships, such as the Galaxy S8. I have the OnePlus 17 now, and it looks pretty good even compared to those two. Now, speaking of the display, how do you get into your phone? So this phone features an in-fingerprint display fingerprint sensor, and I have to say it's kind of slow and a little bit inaccurate, but it does get the job done. I would say around a 60 to 70% accuracy rate here. If you don't want to use this fingerprint sensor, we do have facial recognition features here. You just point the phone at your face, it'll lock, and then you swipe to get into your phone. I would say the facial recognition can be accurate. However, it does support glasses and stuff like that. However, I tried to register an alternative look with my mask on, and the phone wouldn't even register my face. So it's not good for you people who are out here trying to get out there in the coronavirus times. Now, what's running this phone? So in terms of software, we got Android 11 with Samsung One UI 2.1. In terms of processing power, we got a Samsung Exynos 9611 processor along with 4 GB of RAM. This is also coupled to a 128 GB of storage. So you do get some options here in terms of storing your movies, games, etc. Now, the Samsung One UI is pretty good. I like the display icons. I like the look and feel of everything. Really, the biggest thing that we can complain about with the Samsung One UI is bloatware. I've gotten ads advertising games in my whole notifications. Using the Samsung apps, you do get some ads for some of the other Samsung apps and some third-party apps in the software as well. You also get apps like Facebook and Netflix, which cannot be deleted and can only be disabled, which kind of sucks. Other than that, I like the Samsung One UI. Now, how does the phone feel from day-to-day usage? Even though the phone's processor is equivalent to around the S7 Edge, it still feels pretty decent to use every day. I'm able to browse through web pages, play games, and also watch movies fairly easily. When you're scrolling through things like Reddit, that's when the experience can get a little bit jagged in terms of pictures not loading, frame drops is the best way to describe it, a little bit of lag. When gaming, I was able to play Clash of Clans pretty easily, some light games like that. When you move up to stuff like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Mobile, I'm able to still run it on medium settings here, and I was able to play good enough to where I can get like kill leader and be the best on my team. However, if you're looking for the best 60 frame rate per second game on this device, there are some other mid-range phones that definitely do better here. I think the performance issues here could have easily been fixed by even putting a low-end Snapdragon processor in here. A 730 would have justified this phone pretty perfectly and would have given it decent performance. Now let's move on to the cameras here. We got a 4 megapixel camera setup right on top of this prism back design, and I would say it's a pretty decent experience around. You do get a 40 megapixel main camera, a 12 megapixel ultra wide, a 5 megapixel depth sensor, and also a 5 megapixel macro sensor. I'm not really sure what the depth sensor provides here. It doesn't really look any different when I was taking pictures with a phone without depth sensor compared to one with it. So I think it's kind of useless. The 5 megapixel macro camera, it's useless as well. I found that taking pictures with zoom is better than using the actual macro camera and what it was made for, so it's pretty useless. The two cameras that are useful are the 48 megapixel main camera, and I think it takes pretty good shots. I was able to get pictures come out pretty vibrant. You're able to take what you want. I think it'll be a decent camera for a person who values, they just want to point and shoot and take what they want. They don't necessarily need the top of the line camera experience that you can get in a Pixel phone or an iPhone SE, that kind of stuff. Now we got the 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. It kind of gives you, when you're using the ultra wide camera, it kind of gives you an effect like you're looking through a lens. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's useful for if you want to take a landscape shot, but you're not wide enough or far away enough from your subject that you would get the whole scenery or something like that. It takes pretty decent shots, but if you can, you would probably want to use the 48 megapixel main camera, of course. But it is always nice to have that option here if you want to take something wider and still have it be a pretty decent shot. Now the front-facing camera. The front-facing camera features a 32 megapixel sensor here. You're going to take decent selfies with this setup. Samsung does have a beauty mode which will lighten things such as blemishes, facial features, stuff like that. Taking group selfies, well, the Samsung Galaxy A51 does have you covered here because it does have a wide angle mode which allows you to take wider selfies if you have a group or some more people in your shots. And battery performance, even when running the Exynos 9611, which is an inefficient processor, I was still able to get a battery that will last me throughout the day. I was able to average around 8 hours maximum for screen on time, but on a heavier day, I would usually get about 5 to 6 hours of screen on time. And I think the phone excels in battery life because it offers a big 4000 milliamp battery compared to actual chip and software optimization compared to other phones. And if that's fine with you, and you need a phone that will last you the whole day, the Samsung A51 will definitely get the job done. Now that brings me to the verdict. Should you get the Samsung Galaxy A51? If you're upgrading from something like a Galaxy S7, a Galaxy S8, an iPhone 7, stuff like that, I don't think this phone will be right for you because you are sacrificing a lot on performance. And I must add that there are many phones that are under $400 that have way better performance than the Galaxy A51. Even the Pixel 4a, which has a Snapdragon 730, you can get a lot better performance out of that than you can with this. I think the biggest thing Samsung needs to fix with the A52 is basically the processing power. Because other than that, this is a pretty solid phone. But its Achilles heel is that its processing power is not the best. But if you don't mind processing power and you want a good screen, modern design, you like the Prism Black, you want good battery life, decent cameras, all for under $300, then I would probably recommend that you get the Galaxy A51. Well, that's about it for me, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, subscribe, share my videos on other platforms. It'll help to get some more eyes on it. 5 likes and a Samsung Galaxy A51 will magically appear in your mailbox tomorrow. All jokes aside, thank you guys for watching this video, and I got some more coming for you. I got a OnePlus 7T unboxing. I also got some other news videos that you can check out as well. Thanks for watching.